The moment you've all been waiting for.
The one, the only, Reverend Dr. Ken Wilcox.
Oh, thank you, Sam. Thank you, Lucy. What happened to the effervescent Dr. Wilcox?
He's so
Gotta
bubbly.
watch him every minute, people. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Reverend Ken. You're most welcome to be here, and you're joining us online. You're welcome there, too. But let me tell you, you can't replace the energy and love and the music we're feeling this morning. So make sure you show up next Sunday. We're an interesting spiritual community. If you're here for the first time, we are a place without rules, without dogma. We don't tell you what you have to believe. We encourage you to come up with a God of your understanding, one that you can believe in, have faith in, and put to work in your lives. And how do you put it to work in your lives? Well, through affirmative prayer, meditation, good works. And by doing those things, you open up a channel of spirit possibilities. And to make that happen this morning, you only have to do one simple thing. That's leave all your troubles, your would-haves, your could-haves, your should-haves. Leave that stuff outside. And for the next 45 minutes or so, to open up an avenue of spirit possibilities in your life. And what are spirit possibilities? Well, they're for more love, more joy, more laughter, more friendship, more great music. All those things in life that make us feel alive. Because that's what God is doing through you and through me, showing up in the physical, recognizing itself through our love, our joy, and our laughter. So know you're in a great place this morning, and Spirit is going to recognize and reward you abundantly. Well, I have lots of announcements this morning to get us going. Jim is having a plant sale outside. I'm sure you noticed it on the way in. He tells me he's not taking any plants home. So you've got to save all those little baby plants out there. So go take a look and make a donation and take as many plants home as you'd like. Sam and Lucy have a sound bath at 11:30. So stick around for that. It's a wonderful, wonderful event. Lucy, tell me a little bit about that.
Well, basically what y'all just did, right? We changed the whole frequency of the room. You changed a feeling in your body through sound.
Okay.
So that feeling can actually translate to relaxation, which translates to ease and the body's wisdom coming up to help you heal or to expand your mind.
Lovely.
Or to just feel really good.
I like that. So that's happening at 11:30. All right, so let's get, let me see, what are my, go ahead and go, guys. Journey of the Soul, that's a class I'm teaching. That's an accredited class. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the soul today, but that class is going to be 6 weeks. It's going to start on the September 17th at 6:30 here. That's a Tuesday, and that's for a love offering. We've got a game night coming up. That's going to be on the 16th October. It's a really fun night. Come and play games with us. You'll enjoy that. We have a wonderful healer coming here. His name is Jonathan Van Valen. He's coming on September 29th. He will be do a workshop after service. He's asking for a love offering for that. He's really an amazing guy. You'll want to make sure that you're here for that. We also have a shamanic healing that we're going to have here, and that's going to be on the 22nd. Again, that's going to be at 11:30 after the service, and that's for a love offering. And finally, chair yoga. Can't be finally with chair yoga. That happens on Tuesdays here. It's a really fun event. I did it last Tuesday. It's easy. It's not painful. And it's fun. So be sure to join us for chair yoga. And the League of Women Voters, they're doing a nonpartisan discussion of the amendments that are on up for election. So if you'd like to hear about that, that's going to be on the 24th, and that'll be a formative meeting for that. I think those are all my announcements, so let's get started. We got Sam and Lucy here. Come on, guys.
And Anthony.
And Anthony.
Woo-hoo.
Look how far we've come. Look at what we've done. Together we are strong and we will carry on. And tell me what you see, the truth of you and me. We can look into our hearts and see the love we bring. Love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Well, let's be together. Well, this love for one another, I feel it getting stronger, and we don't have to feel divided any longer.
Even if I just met you today, I feel our connection in a deeper way.
Well, love is all we are.
Yeah, sing it, y'all.
Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together.
You can feel it.
We can reach the stars when we come together. Well, let's be together. Well, it's so fun to wake to this new awareness, and we can play in our connectedness, and we feel like we all have in common. And it's so fun to realize our dreams and desires are so much more alike than we ever knew. The path we walked before brought us to this open door. And all I know is this new world's full of possibility, and life is so much more fun than we ever realized it could be. Well, love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars. We can reach the stars when we come together. Well, let's be together. Love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Well, let's be together. Oh, oh, love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars. When we come together, we get to be together.
Group hug.
Thank you, guys. That was wonderful. So to get our service going, we're going to have a reading and treatment. We've got the lovely Maureen coming up and doing it for us. Come on up, Maureen.
Crank it up. Crank it
Try
up.
it down.
Somebody touch it.
There you go. It's on.
That's on. That's on.
That's on. We're on.
Hey.
We are only love. I mean, really, what do they say? Congregational songs? I think maybe that should. And community, it's all about it. Oh, I'm so grateful to be here this morning. This is a wonderful, wonderful center. And it's because of each one of you here. I mean, thank you. So it's not exactly a reading, but I don't know if you're familiar. Of course, Michael Beckwith, I got very inspired by this because I do in the morning all of my spiritual work, and I have several different books that I use, and I trade them out here and then, and we all do what we do. And anyway, I have been inspired recently from Michael Beckwith's, he's the founder of Agape International Spiritual Center in LA, in Beverly Hills, or whatever. And he has now been doing podcast. On Wednesdays, he does like a full-on interview with various people, very informative, very interesting. And I mean, there's some pretty interesting stuff that comes in and out. And it's about an hour, and then he does a meditation afterwards. And then he recently added, like about a year ago, it's called Take Back Your Mind is the name of the podcast. And he has added a Take Back Your Mind life question of the week. And that's a much shorter one. It's about 20 minutes. And people submit questions for, it's usually, something that they're going through, a problem or a condition or whatever. And then he answers it. And he bases his selection on the reading, how it will not just affect the person that's asking for this, but also other people that are obviously
Mhm. Mm. And so it is. Thank you, Maureen.
Oh, every time I look outside. That was pretty. So we should have some magic words appearing in a second. So you know what that means. Sing along. And if you're not a singer, maybe you didn't know you were a hummer. So try that. It's about the vibration, y'all.
Oh, every time I look outside, I remember that I see a dream unfolding before me. Oh, every time I look outside, I remember all the things I seek are already within me.
Take that part again.
Oh, every time I look outside, I remember that I see a dream unfolding before me. Oh, every time I look outside, I remember all the things I seek are already within me. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. 'Cause I remember all that I am is ever-flowing love. Oh, every time I look outside, I remember that I see a dream unfolding before me. Oh, every time I look outside, I remember all the things I see are already within me. Well, hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. 'Cause I remember all that I am is ever-flowing love. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. Hey, ah, hey, ah, hey, ah. 'Cause I remember all that I am is ever-flowing love that I am is ever-flowing. All that I am is ever-flowing love. Every time I look outside, I remember that I see a dream.
You guys sound beautiful. Thank you for singing and humming.
Thank you, guys. That was lovely. And it's a nice segue from from my talk today, which is the journey of the soul. And there it goes. We had a little technical problems there for a second. So the journey of the soul. That's a class that I'm going to start teaching on the 17th, the Tuesday at 6:30. So I thought today would be a good way to kind of explore a little bit about our soul and our jumping off point. Our soul is that unseen, divine, eternal part of ourselves. It is the essence that transcends our individuality, and it connects us to the whole of life. It's more than what we understand our individual minds to be. It's an expression of the one mind, and yet it connects to all of life. The soul is that part of ourselves that connects us to the universal, and through it, we have access to all the wisdom and creativity of the universe. You are connected to all the wisdom and creativity of the universe. You have every bit of it that Einstein had, that Christ had, that Dr. Holmes had. We just have to open ourselves up to allow that wisdom to flow into our lives so we can use it to improve our lives and to improve the world, to make the world a better place for our having been here. It's also that thing that animates the body. And when it leaves the body reverts to what it originally was, a vessel of clay or a cloak of dust. I'm sure you've all had the experience of seeing the body of a loved one after they've transitioned. And you see them, and it's like, yes, that's their body, but it's almost like you're looking at a facsimile of them. There's something missing. It's not quite them. It's the body, but they're not there. You know, when I was in college, I worked myself through college working nights, 11 to 7, at a locked psychiatric ward. Yeah. There's no spookier place to be than a locked psychiatric ward in the middle of the night. But it was great because it gave me all the free time to study. It also gave me invaluable experience because I was to go from there. My next place of employment when I finished college was I was working as a press secretary for a congressman. Yeah. It was great experience. You know, all my co-workers up there, they had all gone to Yale and Harvard and Georgetown, paid millions of dollars to get experience to work in Congress. Little did they know, they could have gotten even better experience working minimum wage at Peachford Psychiatric Hospital. Now, you deal with somebody who's got a psychotic rage, and you can deal with any congressman. You're in good shape. So I worked nights there, and there was a lot of interesting experiences. One of the most fascinating one was a patient, and she had multiple personalities. She had multiple personalities. And the amazing thing about her was when the personality switched up, you could tell because she held her body differently. It was quite obvious that something had changed dramatically, and you could identify the personalities according by how she was looking. Now, it's an interesting thought exercise. You know, did those individual personalities, did they have their own soul, or was there one soul and 3 different aspects of that soul? And I don't have an answer for that. Now, the course that we have coming up, it's going to explore those types of questions. And what it's most going to do is encourage you to have an experience of your soul, to experience it. Because in our teaching, Science of Mind, we don't ask you to take anything on faith. You don't have to take anything on faith. You take our practices, you put them to work so you can experience the God energy flooding your life and providing opportunities for you. It's the experience which really teaches you what is true in your life. It's the same difference between reading a French cookbook and having a French meal, or reading a romance novel and having a romance. two different things. And one is an intellectual exercise, the other one is the experience. And it's the experience that really gets the learning to our cellular level. Mark Twain had an interesting way of putting it. He says, a person learns a certain lesson by picking up a cat by the tail that he cannot learn in any other particular way. Yeah. You don't necessarily want that experience, but we want good and loving experiences. Yeah. Now, when we touch the magic of our soul, something happens. Something happens. We begin to experience ourselves as one with all, and we're flooded by unconditional love. Our soul is pure love, and when we allow more of the soul energy to infiltrate our lives, our emotional connection to the world deepens, and this love empowers us to manifest our soul into the world, to have our purpose. It connects us with our purpose, and so we can get out into the world, and we can make that difference. We start to recognize that the conditions of the world, that's just a part of the evolution of our humanity. And we can view the world through our soul's eyes and see the challenges that the world faces and we're facing as opportunities to grow and to thrive and to serve. All major traditions have a concept of the soul. In Hinduism, it's called the Atman, and it's considered the true essence of the individual. It is eternal, indestructible, and it is connected to cosmic power. In fact, has an embed of the cosmic power. This is very similar to the Jewish teaching in Kabbalah. In the Jewish teachings of Kabbalah, the idea is that God at one point wanted to experience itself, and so it had the idea of not God, and when it did, it shattered throughout all of creation. And all of us have a shard of that cosmic reality within our hearts and soul, and it's all coming back. It's all coming back. Well, the Hindus say that through lifetime after lifetime, you can ascend from fear and from birth and death. And the scripture, it says, the soul is neither born nor it dies, is eternal, and it is indestructible. You are going on for eternity. So you better start loving yourself, because you're stuck with you through eternity. Now, in Judaism, they say the soul is a divine gift from God. It was pure when it entered the body, and it's our responsibility to make sure it gets back to the Maker as pure as when we received it. So we got a responsibility. Native Americans, I love this, they say the soul would have no rainbows if the eyes had no tears. And oftentimes, that which we think is our greatest burden can be our biggest pleasure, our biggest blessing. Emerson said that at a distance, everything seems to be in its perfect and right place. At a distance, everything seems to be in its perfect and right place. Oprah Winfrey, when she was in Nashville, she started off as just a local reporter in Nashville, Tennessee. And she said she happened to get into a romance with a person not good for her, and she couldn't turn him loose. We've all had those relationships, you know, where it's good and it's so bad that you can't let it go. And she said at one point she was so desperate to keep him that she flushed his car keys down the toilet. Now, remarkably, he had a set of keys, so extra set that he used to get away. And she says, now thinking back, thank God he had the spare key. Thank God. She says, you know, if he had stayed in my life, I would have stayed in Nashville. That would have been as far as I went. But because of that, it prompted her to move on and think of all the blessings, the miracles that she's created. Now, in Christianity, the soul is seen as the immortal essence of human beings. It's created by spirit and destined for eternal life. Christians believe that the ultimate destiny is to be in this communion with God. And so why don't we start now? That's our response. Start it now. Don't wait till you die. Start now. And how you can start is with affirmative prayer. Praying, believing in the best of yourself, the best of those around you. Pray, believing the best of the world. If you want to feel better, start praying affirmatively. It's the one thing you can do that you will feel better immediately. You will feel empowered. You will feel that you are part of the flow that's helping the world come together in more love and compassion. You're that powerful and that wonderful that Spirit has gifted you this amazing tool. And it's for us to create a better world. In Scripture it says, for what will it profit us if we gain the whole world but lose our souls? It's the meaning of the movie Citizen Kane. I'm sure most of you have seen that at one time or another. It's often considered the best movie we've ever made. And in it, the main character, his mother gives him up so he can go and get a world-class education. And before she gives him up, she gives him a snow sled that has on it Rosebud. And so he goes off and he gets a world-class education. He becomes this newspaper and then a Hollywood mogul. And he accumulates all the wealth of the world. But he dies by himself. And on his deathbed, what is the one thing he's thinking of? He's thinking of the sled his mother gave him, Rosebud. He's thinking of that because that was a gift given in love that brought joy to him. He had the whole world, but that was what was meaningful to him. Now, as he's contemplating Rosebud, what's happening to it? Well, the workers going through all of his things, they're tossing it onto a bonfire. It has no meaning to the world. Don't let the world tell you what's important in your life. The world is very poor at really giving value to those things that are important and invaluable. You decide for yourself what's valuable in your life. You decide for yourself the gift that you're going to bring the world. I know some of you, or many of you maybe, have been following the Paralympics in Paris this past week. And some amazing, amazing stories have come out of it. One is a young man, his name is Matt Stutzman. And this guy, he was born without arms. And when he was born and his parents saw his disability, they didn't even take him home from the hospital. They gave him up. They would not even take him home. And so he happened to be adopted by a farm family. And this farm family, the dad and his brother used the bow and arrow to do hunting. And so he wanted to learn how to shoot a bow and arrow. And he figured out a way to shoot a bow and arrow using only his feet. And he won the gold medal in Paris. Yeah. Since he's been competing in the sport, other people without arms have been showing up to compete in archery. There's now a woman from India who's doing it. And he told a reporter, he said, you can take away all my medals. They won't mean anything to me. He says, but the fact that I've been able to encourage one single person to move beyond their handicaps and explore their possibility, he said, that's more valuable than any medal that has been given to me. Just encouraging people. You're God's gift. You're here to do something amazing and wonderful and valuable. And you're needed, you're necessary. And now's the time for us all to stand up, for us all to become the bright light of God's possibility that Spirit knew that we could be when it called us by name from stardust. When we align with the truth of our being, we express our soul's purpose in the world. And something no one else can do but you. And recognizing that We're a spiritual being and a human experience, and then we can face life's challenges. Ralph Waldo Emerson says, we're all expressions of the one divine mind. And as such, we are unique manifestations of infinite potential. You are the potential of Spirit made manifest. And not when you get all perfect and saintly. Through our imperfections, this is how our soul light shines through. Through our imperfections, we raise up the vibration of life in creation. Now, in Science of Mind, we learn that there is only one power and one source in the universe, and this power is love. God is not loving, God is love. And when we allow this love to flood our being, we will see our experiences and challenges as sacred opportunities when we embrace the embodiment of love. Love resists nothing and embraces everything. Dr. Holmes, the founder of our teaching, he says, love is the self-givingness of spirit through the desire of life to express itself in terms of creation. You are an expression of God's love, right as you are, right where you are. And Spirit has never been disappointed in you for one moment. It has always been more thrilled with your possibilities than it's ever been upset by any of your challenges. And you're the only one here that can express your unique gift and talent. You don't have to follow anyone's path. You're on your unique journey and creation, and it won't be complete until we all step up. We all step up to the path of love and self-worth. And Dr. Holmes says we're all going to get there. There will come a day when we all will get there. No, not one of us will be missing. We all have this unique journey. And we have to realize that what it is for us, we don't have to explain it to the world. You know, I had a wonderful friend one time when I was in D.C. We used to live in group housings. There'd be 5 or 6 of us because they don't pay you very well when you work for a congressman. And so I was living with a group of people. There was one guy, he was really an amazing, talented guy. He told me, he says, you know, Ken, he says, you should be a teacher of life. And ultimately, I think that's kind of what I've become. Thank you. He moved to Boston because he got involved in a little small enterprise. It's called venture capitalism. And his boss was a person who came to national recognition, Mitt Romney. And so this guy went off and he had a huge, amazing career. And he's kind of an adrenaline junkie. And he's one of those people that, you know, he gets involved in something and he just will convince everybody you've got to do it. So he had done this thing called paraplaning. It's where you crank up this fan, you're in this little cart, and the parachute inflates and you take off, and you can fly about 200 and 300 feet up in the air. So he wouldn't shut up about it. So I finally decided, well, I need to go try this for myself. So I go to Northern Virginia. They're at a football field. They strap me into this thing. I have a little headset so I can hear their instructions. They crank the fan up, and up about 200 to 300 feet I go. So I go around the football field twice, and I'm coming around the final time, and I'm not making the curve quick enough. And the guy on the ground is shouting to me, turn left, and that's not enough. And finally he says, lean out of the cart to make the turn. And when he said that, I thought to myself, buddy, I will land this at Dulles Airport before I lean my big rear end out of this cart. Not going to happen. But it also caused me to realize I didn't need to do things like that. That wasn't my source of adventure. What I love is learning, talking to people, safely going to historic tour sites. That's what I love. Our goal is not to escape life, but to explore our emotions at their deepest level. creating opportunities to release and to express them. Michael Beckwith, he said, the soul's wisdom guides us to our highest potential, revealing that we're not separate from the world, but we are intimately connected with all that is. You're connected to the creator of the universe, and it is forever calling you, whispering to your soul that you have great and good work to do, that you are here to do amazing and wonderful things. It can be just loving someone that is difficult to love, being friendly to someone who's not so friendly. It can be lifting up your own spirit and those around you. You have come to let the world know that there's greater possibilities, that we don't have to live in all this turmoil and anger and frustration, that we can issue in a new heaven, a new earth, a new day where the world lives in sisterhood and brotherhood, where we have dropped the weapons of war forever, forever, and that we're living in peace, raising up our children in hope and prosperity and love. We are here to welcome in a new birth, a new day of God's love and compassion raining down upon us. And we're the way that that's going to happen. We are all outlets of the universal mind, and we are here to bring glory. We are here to make God's love manifest in our lives. And now's the time. This is the lifetime. This is the moment. We're all called to do it, and Spirit is urging you on. Step up and step out and make the world a better place for your being in it. You can do it. God has faith in you. I've got faith in you. Let's make it happen. It's the truth in your life this morning. It's the truth in mine, and so it is.
Follow that. Did you say glory?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
I got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Well, I looked over Jordan, and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low,
Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
well, if you get there
Before I do, coming for to carry me home.
well, tell all my friends I'm a-coming too.
Coming for to carry me home.
I've got a home in glory land.
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 I've got a home in glory
God
land.
shines the sun.
Look away beyond the
way beyond the blue. I wish by golly I could spread my wings and fly and let this grounded soul be free for just a little while. to be like eagles when they ride upon the wind and taste the sweetest taste of freedom for my soul. Then I'd be free at last.
Free at last.
Free at last.
Free at last.
Oh, great God Almighty, I'd be free at last. I'd be free at last.
Free at last.
Free at last.
Free at last.
Oh, great God Almighty, I'd be free at last. Oh, do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Do Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Look away beyond the blue. Swing Lord, oh do Lord, oh do remember me. Coming for to carry me home. Swing Lord, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Coming for to carry me home.
Coming for to carry me home.
Coming for to carry it.
Coming for to carry me
I'm free at last. Coming for to carry me home.
I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. Look away beyond the blue. Look away beyond the blue. Beyond, I've got a home in glory land that outshines the sun. Look away beyond the blue. I've got a home, yes, I've got a home in glory land. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Ken.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you, Lucy. That was wonderful. Yes. So now we want to take all of that energy and we come to the time where we give to the center. And we can give in so many different ways. We can give through volunteership. We can give through prayer work by seeing this place growing and thriving, and you can give in coin. However you choose to do so, know that your gift was going to return to you multiplied abundantly. And we support this place because this is an amazing place. This is the only place you're going to come in St. Augustine on Sunday morning and hear Sam and Lucy's music or hear a message like mine. So we want to support it. Now, if you will take your intention and place it over your heart and read with me this affirmation of prosperity. I live in a universe of abundance. As I freely and joyfully give, I join in the divine flow, and all that I share with life returns to me multiplied abundantly. The ushers will step forward, and Sam and Lucy, I know you got something great for us.
Well, we just wrote this one in the car.
Oh, okay.
So let's just see. Let's bring in the divine help.
Give some gratitude for this beautiful day.
Yeah, Merdonga's going to be nice on this. Of course, you know, it's a sing-along if you want to, because it's going to be repetitive. That's our new thing lately. Thank you for this day, Divine Mother.
Divine Mother, I'm yours.
You know it.
Thank you for this day. Divine Mother, I'm yours. Thank you for this day. Divine Mother, I'm yours. And I let your love define me, oh. And I let your light guide me, oh. And I let your heart carry me home. I'm yours. I'm yours. I'm yours. Thank you for this day. Divine Mother, I'm yours. Thank you for this day. Thank you. Divine Mother, I'm yours. And I let your love define me, oh. And I let your light guide me, oh. And I let your heart carry me home. I'm yours. I'm yours. You can really feel letting go. I'm yours. This is your offering, right? I'm yours. I'm yours. Thank you for this day.
Thank you for this day.
Divine Mother,
Divine Mother.
I'm
yours.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Andy. And thank you for your support. Your support is allowing the center to grow and to thrive, to continue being the beacon of hope and light and inspiration that it is. So we thank you. We bless it. We release your offering, knowing it does its good and perfect work, returning to us multiplied abundantly. Together we say, and so it is. Thanks, buddy. All right, so now I'm going to close the service with an affirmative prayer. I'm going to do it in the first person, but take it in for yourself. If I say something that works for you, hold tight to that. If I say something that doesn't work for you, just let that part slide by. But just know there's truth with me this morning. There is but one mind and one God and one power, and that power and that love surrounds me. It flows through me, it calls to me, it urges me on. It urges me to move out into the world and in spite of all the turmoil and fear and frustration I see out there, to be this beacon of light and love. I have come from God itself to be here to manifest God's love and compassion. So here today in this sacred space, surrounded by all these wonderful loving souls, I choose to know the best of myself. I choose to see myself as God sees me, not as weak or wounded, but bold and dynamic, moving out into the world and living a life of joy and love and health and prosperity, of seeing the disturbance of the world as growing pains for a greater creation, a creation of love and joy, a sisterhood and brotherhood. So here today, I am no way discouraged. I see myself moving out in the world, making a joyful noise, being that band of angels to rescue, to uplift, to inspire, to encourage. I am moving out and moving up, and God is calling me on. My path has been made before me, and I have lifted my eyes up to the glory of Spirit itself raining down upon me and all of creation. We are called this morning to know and to be the glory of God made manifest. This is my truth. Every cell of my being radiates this right knowing, and I release this prayer into the mind of God to do its good and perfect, bold and dynamic work, returning to me multiplied abundantly. And together we say, and so it is. All right, my friends, I'm going to leave you with one last idea, and that is your life. Your life. It's not a problem to be solved. It's a miracle unfolding. Your job this week is to go name your miracle, proclaim your miracle, and make it your own. God bless us all. Now let us go be the miracle Spirit is calling us to be. Until we see each other again, this is Reverend Ken with Sam and Lucy wishing you many blessings.
Is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars when we come together. Well, let's be together.
Love is all we are.
Love is all we are.
Love is all we are.
Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together.
Be together.
We can reach the stars
You can feel them
when we come together. Well, let's be together.
Last one, y'all.
Love is all we are. Well, let's get together. Well, let's be together. We can reach the stars. When we come together, we get to be together.
We get to
Be together.